Hello everyone, Vass here. In a previous episode, I had talked about moving the rides around in Gorwin. So let me explain. This ride is a Gorwin ride, but it actually has the entrance at Kinos. So I don't really care for that. And I had a path going from here. Oops, hold on, let me get rid of Bubbles. Bubbles, give me tokens. Go get more tokens. Thank you, Bubbles. Oops, I think I just passed it. Okay. So the path used to come out here, go by the Cheeky Tiki, which has a reference to Planet Coaster if you haven't played the game. The path comes from here, goes out, and connects to the sushi restaurant. And then the path for Gorwin also came out from Kinos, where the Kinos Aqueducts was, to go to the ship and the water adventure ride. So, and I have changed up the water adventure ride. Cyrex made a very good point that with the station roof on top, it took away from the actual ziggurat. You couldn't see it in the background because it was just covering the screen. So I removed that, and I think that makes it look a lot better. You can actually see it better now. And I do like how it's kind of crumbled. Some of the wall pieces are missing because now the waterfall goes straight down and you can see it going through the ziggurat. So anyway, I have taken out the Kinos pathing that went down to here and then also connected to here, which shouldn't have been part of Gorwin. Gorwin had two paths that were separated, so Gorwin was separated amongst itself. You couldn't go straight from the restaurant to the ship or the adventure or the loop without going through Kinos. And all the other parts of the park are different. They are set up to where it has its own unique area. So today I've gone through, I've removed some of the pathing, I've capped off some of the pathing so it's not just blank where you just walk right off the path. And I've capped it off here. Miss vomits a lot. I have moved her over here to where she is using the trash can here. And the reason I'm doing that is I've capped off here and I've opened it up here. And the reason being is I want to move this whole ride, the Gravitron, over and rotate it to where it lines up here. That way it's a little less crowded in this area because as you can see the rides almost touch. So it's a little crowded and then it's open here. So the first thing I want to do is the balloon stall is actually supposed to be part of Kinos. So I am going to move the balloon stall and rotate it around to where it is at the end of the path here. So I've got a few moves. I probably will not be able to get all of them done in this one video. It'll probably be divided up into more than likely two. But let's get started. We are going to move the balloon stall over. So let's get a save. And actually, before I begin, Let's get an ultimate save. Let's see. Okay, so I've got an ultimate save of how it is right now. So if anything goes wrong, I can always come back to this save point. So I've got this save. Now I need to move these items so I can get a new from difference. So I'm going to push you down, push you down. I like to start from the bottom. And usually what I'll do is the things on the bottom I will push down, the things at the top I'll push up. That way I see a gap in the middle, and that's how I know that I've gotten everything. Okay, move you down, move the house actor down, move the floor down. So yeah, this is kind of the boring part. Oops. Let's move you way up. And we will move you way up. And it is a bit tricky trying to make sure that you've gotten everything. Actually, I want to move you down because you're in the way of me getting to my baubles. Actually, that one can stay there for now. Okay, blue bauble, make you teeny tiny. And in Planet Coaster, which is the other game that I play when I'm not playing EverQuest, but it's usually playing EverQuest. But in that game, I am actually recreating EverQuest theme stuff over there. So I'm starting with like Little Faye, Kelethan area, and shop stalls and stuff like that that you can upload and people can download and use them in their park. And then there's also a hobbit village, you could say, a halfling village. I'm working on that. I created a druid ring from crumbling blocks, kind of like these, but with a lighter texture. And there's some that are just little teeny tiny square chips that are roughed edge, and I've got those sunk in the ground so you can only see parts of it, so it looks like it's really crumbling. But and then lots of foliage around it. But I'm doing that, and then I'm gonna do like the stations for coasters. So if anyone wants a station for their coaster that's like druid themed or Shadow Knight themed, Necro themed, you know, those kind of things. I'm doing all that kind of stuff, but it's kind of a mix between EverQuest 2 and Planet Coaster. And it's being done in Planet Coaster. But I'm also doing a Let's Play where I'm going through the scenarios at this time. And I'm probably going to start doing Planet Coaster videos and uploading them on Tuesdays. I've done it without videoing it, but I think I've done a couple of videos and uploaded them, and I think I'm going to do some more videos of Planet Coaster. Building, crafting, decorating, that kind of thing. Maybe not so much the rides, but with the scenarios, you kind of have to build the rides or put pre-made rides in there. So back to what we were doing. let's get the layout editor. Let's see. Okay, so the balloons doll was 22 pieces. And I want to group mod, and I want to rotate it 90. I do know that. And let's see. It's not going to line up exactly because the distance from the edge of the path to here is greater than the distance from here to there. But that's okay, as long as it's close. There can be a little bit of ground between them, and I can always shift it if I want to. So I am going to do my center point about here, my rotation point. So 2045, 20.45, and 56.84. 56.84, and hopefully this is the right rotation. We'll see. Rotate, apply, save all, and let's load it and pray. Okay, it is the right rotation. It did go too far, but that is fine. That's workable. We can shift it to the north. Let's do northeast 3. Okay, and let's go again, northeast 3. And then we'll do east 3. Let me move back just in case. Okay, that is really close. It's a little bit too far over. So let's go 1 northwest. Because I need to go north, but I also need to go west some. So northwest. And it is closer. Let's do 0.1 northeast because it went a little too far to the west. Do that a couple of times. And a couple more. And it is really close. So I'd say just 0.1 north. And that's a little too far. 0.05 south. There we go. So let's see. No pieces sticking out anywhere over here where it was, so that's good. I managed to get all my pieces. If you don't get all your pieces, you can still do it. You just have to try to retrace your steps. And of course I did a lot of northwest, northeast, north, 0.1, 0.01. So trying to get it exactly the way it was isn't always the best thing. In that case, if you did happen to miss one, you could reload, then go in, move that one, and press the second one, basically the moved, the save with the moved. A lot of people call it without. If you save that, it will add it to the list. So instead of, if I had 21 and I saved and I reset it by doing reload, I could move that one, come back in here, hit reload again, and it'll show 22 instead of the 21. It's easier to do it that way than, yes, you'd have to redo everything that you did because that one item. But it's easier to do it that way than to try to get that one item exactly the same place that you had it when it was over there. Okay, so the next step, I've got my balloon stall in, and I like the fact that it's floating, being held down. It looks like it fits with Kino's. Okay, next step, I want to get a block in here. Let's go down in the ground with you. And let's see, let's copy you and you. Okay, the larger one to the smaller one, and let's move it 4 to the east. I'm just guessing with the 4. Yeah, it's not nearly enough. Okay, so let's do 10 more to the east. Where's the center point on this? It's kind of in the center. Let's move you to where you meet up. And we will sink you a bit so you don't shimmer. Okay. So there we go. I kind of angled it a bit. That way whenever I get to the next part, I can start off angled. Because I kind of want to come back behind here. So that's done. Next step is to move this big boy. Ugh. Okay. New save. And let's get you moved. There's a lot of pieces in this. That's why I was kind of sighing. There's a lot of pieces. Whole spring. Okay, so the bottom part's done. Let's move the platform. And I am actually missing 2 pieces from this ride. From whenever I had moved the ride into the, what was it? The Court of the Master. Because I was thinking of moving everything over to the Court of the Master. And when I moved it over and I changed my mind, decided to move it back, I had missed a couple pieces because while it was in the Court of the Master, the 2 pieces that were down here at the bottom, since they were sunk in the floor most of the way, in the Court of the Master, when they were sunk in the floor, they disappeared. So whenever I tried to get a new from difference over there to be able to save just that ride, I lost it. So whenever I loaded it up over here, it was missing a couple of pieces, but that's okay. I had some pieces that were pulled from another ride, but I replaced them, and then there was just one of these slanted pieces here that was up here, and I didn't think it really needed it, so I was like, I'll just leave it. That's one less building block count. And this is the bugger that if I'm in first person, I can grab it from all over the zone. Okay, so that part's done. Let's get the rest of the floor. Which is several pieces. Okay. And let's go move the beds up. One. I mean, ultimately, I could go back through here and replace these bookcases with single dividers. It's just, I thought the bookcases looked good. They matched this platform. Okay, let's fly inside here. Oh, I missed a platform. Glad I flew inside because it's invisible on the top. And that platform is going to get in my way because I can see through it. And I like to, whenever I'm moving things like this, is I will try to concentrate on the same items, the items that are similar in a location. So I know that I get all those, and then I'll go and do the next set, and so on. House actor, poor Rotanga. She must have had too much candy floss because she couldn't get off the wall. She was stuck. Okay, let's do windows next because those can just go out and they will be out of my way. It is disconcerting whenever you see something that you spent time on building and then you're literally tearing it apart, blowing it out. But we'll be good in a bit. There are so many pieces to this thing. This will be one of the biggest moves, I think. The Gorwin loop has a lot of pieces too. Okay, move. Did I get all my windows? I did. Okay, let's move the corrugated wood stairs. Sorry about that. I bumped the microphone. And I'm trying to grab it at the far corner when I go to move it. That way I can get the most move. And I kind of move it up and at an angle for more distance, basically. And in third person, of course, because if you're in first person trying to do this, number one, I get that gear every single time. But number two, it would give you less range of movement. And bookcases, I'll do inside and outside at the same time. And these bookcases are, of course, turned on their sides to get the height they wanted. Which, I mean, in the end, if I just absolutely need items, this is a lot of bookcases that are items that can be replaced with building blocks and be replaced with like the rusty metal building blocks or something like that, that I can get my item count back from. And you always have to have something like that whenever you're building, or at least I do. Kind of plans for certain things that can be replaced if needed, and you want to make sure you get items that can be that are items that can be replaced by building blocks, and the same thing, building blocks that you could always replace with items if you need to. Okay, I think that is everything. I hope it is everything. Second save. Load up. 76 items. Well, building blocks and items, but still. Oof. Okay, so group modify. And I want to rotate. Let's see. This one was facing this way, and I rotated it like that. And I did 90 degrees. This one is facing this way. I want to rotate it like this, so I can go this way with it. So I need to do a -45, which makes sense to me, but we shall see. Okay, let's try this right here. So 4.66, 4.66, and 48.62, 48.62. Rotate and apply, save all, and load. And I missed an item. Looky there. Okay, so I'm going to grab this item and I'm going to move it up, and I'm going to hit 2, and I'm going to reload. Now I'm at 77. So now I can go back to group mod. It retains your information from the last time. Rotate, and I don't think it rotated because I did. It doesn't rotate it again from here because I reloaded. There we go. So that's in there. Okay, so the whole ride needs to shift to the west. So let's go 10 west. Okay, so now it needs to go pretty much southwest, but also south. Excuse me a second, my glasses. Okay, so it needs to pretty much go southwest and then south. Let's do 3 southwest and south. Let's see how that comes out. Getting there. Okay. 1 southwest and south. Oh, too far. So it needs to go this direction. so east. So let's do 0.5 east. Let's move out of the way. Okay, and another 0.5 east. Oh, it's so close now. And this path is at a 45-degree angle, which is why I do that. There's a little bit of grass showing through there and I don't like that. So I need to go southeast just a little bit. So 0.01 southeast. Okay, grass is gone. Okay, so now I need to actually let me do that a couple more times. That way it's over the brick here, because if these bricks don't line up, and they won't, there'll be a little bit of overlap. The brick will actually be hidden in the post a little bit. So 0.01 southeast a couple of times. There we go. So now I need to move it northeast. So let's get rid of the 0. We'll do 0.1 northeast. And by George, I think we got it. It's there. And I've got room for a path to go through here. So that's good. My gravitron is now still part of Kino's. And it's a good thing that's right there. Excuse me, sorry about that. Got Ninja invited by Sayrex. Doesn't realize I'm recording right now because he just logged in. So the next thing I need to do is move the Gorwin loop out of my way. I have plans for the Gorwin loop, so I need to move that out of my way, and then move basically what I'm planning on is rotating this. Originally I was going to rotate it 180 degrees in its spot. That way the stairs would be back here and be able to meet up with the path that comes back here. But I talked to Azurite last night, another very talented builder, decorator, and EverQuest 2. And I was telling her my plans and my thoughts about the loop being connected. Anyway, and she suggested that the hat stall is kind of blocking your view whenever you come in. I mean, it's right there, so all you see is the back of the hat stall, and it takes up a lot of space right here at the front, and it should be open and inviting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the hat stall, keep it in Kino's, but put it here, basically here. It'll be a little close to the ride. It'll probably come out to here, but it'll be more or less centered a little bit to the right on this pathway. But to do that, I need to move this ride out of my way so that they're not overlapping each other. And this ride I'm actually going to put back here. Rotate it 90 degrees and place it here. That way Gorwin will come off from here. Actually, I'm thinking of having Gorwin come off here. and come up and do a fork. And one path goes this way, and then one path goes this way, meets up with the restaurant and the Gorwin Loop. Because the path here, I have the path for Freeport here, set up for here. New Hollis is over there, which I'm going to change out the books on so it doesn't match Keno's. Just a one-for-one swap with the books. Different colors. And then the path here, I'm thinking is going to be the one that comes out and goes to Neriak, the tunnel entrance to Neriak. So I am going to pause the video for now, or stop the video for now, and I will pick up those moves in the next episode. So I will see y'all guys then.